Hey guys, it's Valerie. Today we are going to be doing a yoga Pilates kind of workout with our stability ball. We're going to get started in a squat, but for this one I'd like you to have your feet close together, maybe they're hip width distance wide. This is going to be kind of like a chair squat in yoga. Hands are going to come down by the sides, and now the trick here is we don't want that ball to roll away, so we're just going to lift our booty off the ball enough so that we can raise up, and then exhale, lower all the way back down. Nice job. Lift up, weight in the heels, lift up, and then lower, keeping that engagement here. Lift all the way up, and then lower down. Rise up, don't let that ball roll away. And then lower your hips back down onto the ball. You got this. Lift up, hover, and lower. Raise up. Squeeze that booty as you lift up. Feel the weight in your heels here. And lower down. Nice job. Couple more times. Lift up. And lower. One more. And lower down. Nice job. Let's come kind of sideways on our ball here. Toes are going to be out. Heels are going to be in. You want that ball maybe a little bit more forward, so you're kind of sitting towards the back of it. And all we're going to do for this one is we're going to stand up, squeeze the ball together in between the thighs, and lower back down. Lift up and lower. Now you don't have to sit all the way down for this one, just enough so that you kind of release that tension and then squeeze that ball, as if you're trying to pop that ball with your inner thighs. Nice job. Adjust the ball if you need to. Find that spot so that it doesn't roll away from you. Squeeze and lower. Lift, squeeze the inner thighs. One thing I love about the stability ball is it really helps to engage our inner thighs, which sometimes can be hard to do. Sometimes we focus a little bit too much on our booty, and we really need that inner thigh. It helps to kind of strengthen our core as well. Last one, and squeeze. Beautiful. Let's come to a seat and come back to our chair squats. Arms down by the sides, feet can be close together or hip width distance wide, but your knees are going to stay either close together and touching if your toes are touching, or they're going to stay stacked on top of your ankles if your feet are hip width distance wide. Let's rise up, hover, and lower all the way back down. Lift up and lower. You got it. Lift. Don't let that ball roll away. Keep that body kind of hovering above that ball, keeping those knees bent. Weight in the heels. Lift and lower. Last one. Raise up and hold here. Don't let that ball roll anywhere. And then let's come all the way back down and come back into our plie goddess squats here. Let's rise up, squeeze that ball. Maybe find the spot here. Squeeze that ball nice and tight and lower. Lift and squeeze and down. Use that inner core. Nice job. You're doing great. Going to be using our inner thighs a lot for this workout. It's going to be amazing. Hate me now, love me later. Squeeze together. Last two. Nice job. Last one. Let's squeeze here. Just tiny pulses. Just squeeze and squeeze. Nice job for 3. Last 2. And 1. Let's go ahead and make our way down onto our side here. So for this next one, I want the ball to be in between our ankles, and you're going to be on your elbow. Very important part here is to be up on that elbow. We're going to lift the hips off of the floor, find a side plank, lower back down, and then lift up the legs and tap that ball. Nice job. Come up to that side plank, lower and lift. Maybe see if you can keep that top arm off of the ground for a little bit more of a challenge. Yeah, we're using that core. Nice, slow and controlled motions here. No thrusting, no jolting. Nice, slow and controlled strength. Doing great. Lift and lower. Rise up. Squeeze that ball together. Lift the hips and then lift those legs up nice and high. We're almost there, guys. Last 2. Lift up. Last 1. Awesome. Let's take the ball, just take that top leg on top of the ball, and that bottom leg is going to come down. Now, you're going to push that top leg into the ball, and that bottom leg is going to lift up and lower, lift and lower. Nice job. So we're engaging this inner thigh here by pushing down on that foot, and we're engaging this inner thigh here by lifting up and away from the floor. Gravity is our friend here. Nice job. For 3, last 2, and 1. Perfect. Let's go ahead and switch it out. Come down onto your side. Keep that ball in between the ankles. On that elbow here, we're going to lift the hips up, lower, rise that ball up. Nice job. Lift the hips, lower down, lift the ball. Perfect. You got this. Down, lift, over, up. Using our core here. Nice, slow and controlled movements. You got it. Nice, tight tummy. For 3. Nice job. Lift it all the way up. Lift those hips off the ground. Lift those feet up nice and high. Last time. Lift up, down, lift, and lower. Take that top foot. Press it down into the ball. And now that bottom leg is going to come up and lift. So we're going to press down on the ball with that top leg so that ball doesn't go anywhere. And we're going to lift that bottom leg nice and high. Lift and lower. Squeeze those inner thighs here. Lift and down. You got it. Nice job. Reach it up and down. Lift and lower. Find those nice deep breaths. For 3. Last 2 and 1. Perfect. Let's come back onto the opposite side. And we're going to come back to those side planks with a mermaid crunch. So take that ball in between your ankles, come onto that elbow, squeeze that ball together, lift the hips up nice and high, lower and tap, lift, up, down, reach for that ball. Doing great. You got this. Lift those legs up nice and high, lower down, lift those hips. You got this. A few more. Really use that core here as you crunch it up. No slacking. Last 2. Lift it all the way up. Last 1. You got it. Lift, down, rise up. Perfect. Okay, take that top leg. Find that resistance. Push down into the floor. Now, if you want to challenge yourself, you can come up onto the hands and lift that leg. But you have to have a lot of stability, strength for that to happen. Option to come down onto the elbow and lift the hips up here as we're going to lift and lower. So find whatever variation you would like, depending on how much core strength you have to keep that ball from rolling all over the place. Lift up and down, lower and lift. Squeeze that inner thigh, push that ball down with that foot, lift and lower. You got this. For 3, last 2, and 1. Let's go ahead, switch it out. Take the ball in between the ankles. And we're going to come back into our side plank leg lifts. Lift up, down, mermaid. Lift up and over. You got this. Squeeze up. Maybe try to see if you can keep that upper arm lifted as you come up. Nice job. Lift, down, up. You got it. For 3. Lift those hips up. Tummy is nice and tight. Last 1. Lift it up. Beautiful. Take that foot and that ball. Find whatever variation you'd like. Maybe you're lifting that bottom hip. And we're going to go ahead, lift that bottom leg up and down. Lift and lower. You got it. Flex that foot. Keep that, pressing that top foot down so that we can engage both inner thighs here. Lift and lower. For 3. Last 2. And 1. Beautiful. Okay, let's take our ball. And we're going to bring that ball right underneath our hips. So plant your hands down firmly on the ground. You want your toes to be light on the floor. But you still want them to be a little off so that you're not totally supported by the ball and you have a way to kind of rest. All right, let's go. We're going to lift the legs and lower. Lift up and down. Lift, and lower. Really squeeze that booty. Make sure you're just using those glutes to lift the leg. We're not using that low back. If you feel this in the low back, I want you to take it down to the floor and just do one leg at a time. Squeeze that glute and kind of notice if you can feel your glutes igniting and not just feel your low back kind of hoisting your legs up. You got this. Here we go. Last 5. Last 4. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. All right, so for this next one, we want the ball to be kind of under our chest, on our torso, hands down on the ground. Extend the legs out nice and long, and we're going to take that knee and we're going to kick it into the ball. Now we're really kicking here. That's going to engage that core. Extend out nice and long. And again, we're going to take that right knee in, hug it in, squeeze, press, 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 press. Feel that core engage and lengthen. Nice job. Squeeze that knee in nice and tight. Feel that core engage and lift it out nice and high. Feel that booty engage. Squeeze it in and lengthen. Nice job. Pressure on that ball and lift it nice and high. You got this. Last 3, hug it in. Last 2. Last 1, hug it in. And let's go ahead and take our elbows onto our ball. Option for the hands to be on the ball if you'd like. Elbows might be a little bit more challenging. We're going to come onto the toes, and we're just going to lift the right leg and lower. Left leg and lower. You got this. Lift up and down. Using our core here to help stabilize us so that we don't roll off of that ball. You got it. Lift up and down. Lift and lower for 3. Last 2 and 1. Whew, okay, let's take that belly and take a little rest. Bring that belly back onto the ball, hands underneath the shoulders. We're coming back for those leg lifts, but this time we're going to lift up, squeeze the heels together, and lower back down. Lift, squeeze, and down. You got it. Rise up, squeeze those heels and lower. Lift, together, and down. Think about really clicking those heels together when you rise up, lift, and click. You got it. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Let's take the ball a little bit more under our torso. Hands down on the ground. Come on to those toes. Same thing we did on the other side. We're going to drill that left knee here in nice and tight. Squeeze it in. And lengthen. Squeeze that left knee in nice and tight. And lengthen it out nice and long. You got it. Squeeze it in. Engage that core. Feel the low back kind of round here as you hug that knee in towards the chest. Really push that knee in towards the ball. Feel that engagement of that core. Last time, hold here. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Beautiful. Let's come back to our plank position. Hands or elbows on the ball. Let's come onto the toes here. Lift up nice and high. And this time we're going to lift that right leg and lower. Left leg and lower. You got it. Find that nice stability here. If you wobble a little bit, that's okay. Lift and lower. Breathe here. For 3, last 2, and 1. Beautiful. Let's come all the way down onto our back. Let's burn out our abs here. Roll all the way down onto your spine. And we're going to take the ball in between our ankles. Option here to take those hands underneath the hips to help support you. We're going to twist that ball all the way down to the floor. Nice job. Lift it back up. Try to keep that ball between the legs. That's where the challenge comes in. Use your core strength to keep that ball in place. You're doing great. All the way up and all the way down. Nice job. Find that nice deep breath. Lift up. One more time. Come all the way down. And then lift it all the way back up. Nice job. All right, so this next one, we're going to hug that knee or hug the ball in between our knees. And we're going to take the hands behind the head. Now we're going to lift up, elbows towards knees, and then the toes are going to touch down towards the ground. Now it's very important here that we keep that ball squeezing in between our knees. So we're going to engage those inner thighs and keep that squeeze on the ball this entire time. That's going to help engage a lot of our core that we don't use. Lift up and lower, tap down. Keep that ball in between the knees. Squeeze it in nice and tight. You got it. Lift up and lower. Adjust the ball if you need to. Lower down and lift. You got it. Last 3. Last 2. And 1. Awesome. Let's go ahead, take that ball in between our ankles. Hands can come underneath the hips for support. We're going to lift those legs nice and high, and let's twist it out. Bring that ball down towards the floor, and then lift all the way back up. Nice job. Lower. And lift up. Find that breath. Nice job. One more time, rise all the way up and come all the way down, all the way back up. Take that ball out and let's place that ball back in between our thighs. Hug that ball in nice and tight. Interlace the hands behind the head, lift up, tap those toes and lower. This is the last thing we have, so really challenge yourself here. Squeeze that ball in nice and tight. Don't let that ball go anywhere. Lift and lower. Squeeze the core and bring the heels down. Nice job. Adjust if you need to. The challenging part is keeping that ball in place. Lift and lower. You guys got this. This is all we have left for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. Let's grab that ball. Roll onto your belly. And we're just going to use our ball here to kind of stretch that core. So place your hands on the ball. Let that chest come forward. Take a little extension for the back here. Nice job. Use that core to pull you back in and sit it down nice and low and drop the head down in between the biceps. All right, guys, hopefully your abs are on fire like mine. You did great today. I'll see you next time.